Hi, and welcome to another Wednesday, another Body Literacy Wednesday. I have a little partner with me right now. She wanted to be part of this video. So for those who don't know, this is my daughter Grace. She is 5 years old right now. And for today, I wanted to actually talk about body literacy. So I'm calling these Wednesdays Body Literacy Wednesday, and I realize that for some folks, they might not even know what body literacy is. And it might be a term or, a phrase that has been used without most people not having a really good understanding of what it is. So last night I decided to go and look online and just see what some of the definitions that are out there in regards to body literacy. And so some of the things that I saw and kind of it aligned with a lot of what I had understood body literacy to mean. A lot of it is a sense of embodiment, of knowing about your body, of knowing who you are. And biggest definition also that I saw is in regards to having a sense of learning, exploring, and then having an understanding of your body. And then another thing that I saw, and a lot of body literacy, especially most of it lately, has been centered around fertility and fertility tracking and understanding your cycles. And so for me, I'm very, very much, into having a better understanding of my body, how my body works, being able to explore my body. And I would say, like, from the moment that I first discovered yoga, which was, gosh, almost 20 years ago, was when I really had that first inkling of, this is my body, and, embodying my body and starting to be at home in my body. But I feel like, even now it's still a constant journey of feeling comfortable and being at home in my body. But at least I am a lot more comfortable with wanting to explore and be really, really curious as to what my body does and what it should be doing or what it doesn't do and why it doesn't do it. And all of that, I think, is really intriguing. And I think that hopefully it should be intriguing to everybody who lives in their body, who has a body, should be curious to learn and understand and know what their body does and what it's capable of doing and why it does what it does. So I think what also drives me in wanting to teach and to, as a physical therapist, and have people have a better understanding of their bodies is I remember taking, whether it was a workshop or, one of my, I don't know if she knows that she's my mentor, but Katie Bowman, I would call her one of my mentors. And I remember her talking about if we were all born and then we had our own owner's manual to our body, something that we carried with us or that was given to us, from the moment we were born, and that we carried it with us, throughout our entire lives. And to have that real knowing and understanding of our bodies, then I think it would make such a big difference. But obviously that's not the case, and everybody is different and unique. But it would be really cool to, be given almost maybe like a blank slate, a blank page of this owner's manual. And it's something that you're constantly continuing to fill in over the course of your life based on all the different, life experiences that you have. And just to kind of see, based on one life experience or one trauma event or whatever it is, and how that speaks to what happens, to your body based on everything that your body, that you have encountered. And I could definitely say that for me, a lot of trauma that I experienced in my life, whether it was, birth trauma, other types of trauma that I might have experienced, and how it definitely spoke to what occurred in my body and how I experienced my body, as a young adult, as a new mother, as someone, just going through life. So I find it really important and intriguing, and I'm hoping that as I continue these Body Literacy Wednesdays and just exploring different topics, that you will also have an interest and be intrigued and be curious to learn more about your own body. I know, at least so far, I'm, having this be a series, in the last two were definitely more pelvic floor related. And it's an interest for me just because I am a pelvic floor physical therapist. I have had a lot of my own traumas surrounding my pelvic floor, and because of those traumas, it had definitely, you know, again, it spurred on wanting to be more literate on that part of my body. But I think that all aspects of our body, from how we breathe to how we move to how we see the world, all of those things, it definitely has an impact on our body. So I will definitely be exploring and, you know, diving into lots of other different topics around our body and becoming more literate on that. But definitely some of it might be a focus, you know, on pelvic floor specifically. But also I would love to know, you know, if there are, you know, some certain questions or things about yourself that you are curious to know. And for me, like, I like to also take a look at different sides, and that's something also we'll be exploring a little bit more. But, you know, there's lots of ways that people define or decipher certain things in one way and in another way. And if you have encountered, you know, like, well, why does my body do this? And you've read, you know, lots of different conflicting information, definitely let me know, because I love to do that research and just to be able to decipher what actually, you know, is truth, what's myth, and what's going on, and then be able to hopefully narrow it down a little bit. So again, it's an invitation that if you would like to have a better understanding of your own body, and if you have questions, definitely reach out to me. But I wanted to take a moment for today just to help define body literacy, especially if you've heard that term, not really sure what it means and why it is important for me. So I'm hoping that you have a really great rest of your Wednesday, and I'll look forward to chatting with you about something else related